In the ancient weathered heart of Jerusalem, where every stone whispers secrets of forgotten empires and every gate pulses with the weight of destiny, a discovery has emerged that sends shivers down the spine of anyone who hears it. On the eastern wall of the Temple Mount, just steps from the sealed Golden Gate, a pattern resembling the name Nostradamus, the 16th century seer, whose cryptic prophecies have haunted the world for centuries, has appeared etched into the ancient limestone. This is no act of modern vandalism or fleeting scratch. Witnesses swear the inscription looks ancient, as if the stones themselves are crying out the name of a prophet whose quatrains foretold wars, disasters, and global upheavals. Positioned beside the Golden Gate, a portal cloaked in historical and symbolic mystery, this phenomenon has ignited a firestorm of curiosity, debate, and wonder across the globe. Is this a cosmic sign, a lost relic of history, or a trick of nature amplified by human imagination? As the world grapples with conflicts, economic turmoil, and environmental crises in July 2025, this discovery feels like a message from the past, daring us to unravel its meaning. Join us as we dive into the rich history of Jerusalem, the enigmatic life of Nostradamus, the global events framing this find, and the cultural phenomenon it has unleashed, inviting you to question what lies hidden in the stones. The Golden Gate, a threshold of time. The Golden Gate, known as the Eastern Gate, stands as one of Jerusalem's most evocative landmarks, its limestone facade gazing across the Kidron Valley toward the Mount of Olives. Sealed for nearly 5 centuries, its weathered stones bear the scars of a city that has been a crucible of civilizations for over 3,000 years. Jerusalem's history is a tapestry of conquest, reverence, and resilience. Founded around 3000 BCE, it became the capital of ancient Israel under King David around 1000 BCE, with his son Solomon constructing the first temple on the Temple Mount. Destroyed by the Babylonians in 587 BCE, the temple was rebuilt only to be raised again by the Romans in YCE. The eastern wall, part of Herod the Great's fortifications from the 1st century BCE, has endured invasions, earthquakes, and the relentless march of time. The Golden Gate itself is steeped in legend. In Byzantine times, 4th to 7th centuries CE, it was a grand entrance for emperors and pilgrims, its arches welcoming those who saw Jerusalem as the heart of the world. During the Crusades in the 11th and 13th centuries, it became a focal point of conquest, with knights battling to control the holy city. In the 1540s, Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent ordered the gate sealed with stone, possibly to prevent religious or political uprisings, or to assert dominance over a city sacred to multiple faiths. A Muslim cemetery was placed before it, adding a layer of cultural complexity, as the graves symbolized both reverence and inaccessibility. Some historians argue the sealing was a pragmatic move to fortify the city. Others see it as a symbolic act, closing a portal associated with historical turning points. Today, the gate's sealed arches and weathered stones stand as a silent testament to Jerusalem's layered past, drawing those who sense destiny in its shadows. The appearance of the name Nostradamus on the adjacent eastern wall is nothing short of astonishing. Michel de Nostradam, born in 1503 in Saint-Rémy-de-Provence, France, was a physician-astrologer and seer whose Les Prophéties 1555 contains 942 poetic quatrains believed to predict events from his era to the distant future. His name derived from Latin Nostradamus. Our house carries an aura of mystery, and its emergence on the ancient wall, described by witnesses as clear, deliberate, and seemingly ancient, feels like a message from another time. Tour guides now point out the inscription, drawing crowds who stand in awe, their whispers mingling with the wind. Is this a forgotten carvings, a natural quirk, or a sign tied to the seer's predictions? The question hangs in the air, urging us to dig deeper. A sign or a trick of nature? The discovery has unleashed a spectrum of reactions, each fueling curiosity. For enthusiasts of Nostradamus' prophecies, the markings are a profound sign, potentially linked to his predictions of global transformation. The letters' clarity, their strategic placement beside the Golden Gate, and their ancient appearance suggest intent, as if the stones are speaking across centuries. Visitors, tourists, scholars, and locals report a visceral sense of wonder, some snapping photos that flood platforms like X with hashtags like #Nostradamus sign and #Jerusalem enigma. Others pause in silence, sensing a connection to something greater. It's like the wall is alive. One guide told the Times of Israel on July 18, 2025, calling out a name that echoes through time. Skeptics, however, argue the markings are pareidolia, random patterns perceived as meaningful, like seeing faces in clouds. Jerusalem's limestone walls, battered by millennia of wind, rain, and sun, often form fissures that mimic shapes. Geologist Dr. Amir Cohen, quoted in Harrods on July 20th, 2025, suggests natural erosion could explain the pattern, noting limestone's tendency to crack in suggestive ways. Yet the specificity of Nostradamus, a name not easily formed by chance, challenges this view. Archaeologists are using advanced techniques, including 3D laser scanning and infrared spectroscopy, to determine the marking's age. Early findings reported by Reuters on July 15, 2025, hint that the inscriptions may predate modern tools, possibly dating back centuries, but results remain inconclusive. This ambiguity only deepens the mystery, drawing comparisons to historical enigmas like the Voynich manuscript or the Nazca lines, where the unknown fuels fascination. The global conversation is electric. Social media buzzes with theories, from believers hailing a prophetic sign to skeptics citing natural causes. Posts on X as of July 22, 2025, show users linking the discovery to Nostradamus's quatrains, with some speculating about a secret society or ancient traveler carving the name. Others propose a cosmic alignment, noting the discovery's timing during a rare planetary conjunction in June 2025, as reported by Astronomy magazine. The debate mirrors humanity's eternal quest for meaning, making the discovery a Rorschach test for our hopes and fears. Nostradamus, the seer's life and prophetic craft. To grasp the discovery's weight, we must explore Michel de Nostradamus' life and methods. Born in 1503 to a family of Jewish descent in Provence, Nostradamus was a Renaissance polymath trained in medicine, astrology, and classical literature. He gained fame treating plague victims with innovative methods, such as rosehip-based remedies, earning both admiration and suspicion. His prophetic career began in the 1550s, inspired by a blend of astrology, scrying, gazing into water or mirrors, and historical study. Les Prophéties, published in 1555, contains 942 quatrains organized into centuries of 100 verses, written in a cryptic mix of French, Latin, and Provençal. This ambiguity protected him from religious persecution as the Catholic Church scrutinized unorthodox claims. Nostradamus' quatrains are notorious for their vagueness, yet their apparent accuracy, predicting events like the French Revolution, Napoleon's rise, the Great Fire of London, 1666, and even 20th century conflicts, has kept them alive. His patrons, including French Queen Catherine de' Medici, elevated his fame, but his predictions drew scrutiny, forcing him to encode his visions in metaphors and anagrams. Several quatrains seem to resonate with the Jerusalem discovery. From the ancient city a name shall rise, near the gate where none may pass. In stone revealed the seer's eyes, foretell the days of trembling mass. Century 2, Quatrain 45, interpretation. This quatrain's reference to an ancient city and a gate where none may pass aligns eerily with Jerusalem and the Golden Gate. Another from Century 6, Quatrain 23, adds, when the great gate stands sealed and still, the name of the seer appears on the hill. Nations tremble, skies darken, and then a new dawn breaks for the hearts of men. The hill, the Temple Mount, and new dawn suggest transformation, a theme echoed in Century 8. Quatrain 71, in the city of the sun a sign appears. Where the gate is closed, the seer's name bears. From distant lands the people shall see, a time of change, a new decree. These verses, interpreted as references to Jerusalem, fuel speculation that the discovery marks a prophetic moment. Century 5, Quatrain 16, mentions a holy city and ancient stones, further tying Nostradamus' predictions to the Temple Mount. His methods, astrological charts, scrying, and historical analysis, suggest he saw patterns in time, making the appearance of his name a potential bridge between past and present. Nostradamus' life was a balancing act. As a converted Jew in a Christian world, he navigated religious tensions, and his prophecies drew both royal patronage and ecclesiastical suspicion. His death in 1566 did not diminish his influence. His quatrains have been translated, debated, and reinterpreted across centuries, making him a cultural icon. The discovery of his name in Jerusalem, a city central to global history, suggests his visions may still resonate, urging us to revisit his cryptic words. Jerusalem's history amplifies the discovery's significance. Founded around 3000 BCE, it became Israel's capital under the King David, with Solomon's first temple crowning the Temple Mount by 950 BCE. Destroyed by the Babylonians in 587 BCE, the temple was rebuilt only to be razed by the Romans in 70 CE. The eastern wall, part of Herod's fortifications, has endured Persian, Greek, Roman, Byzantine, Islamic, and Crusader eras. The Golden Gate, a grand entrance in Byzantine times, welcomed emperors and pilgrims, its significance cemented by its sealing in the 1540s under Suleiman. The Ottoman cemetery before it reflects Jerusalem's layered identity, a city sacred to multiple faiths. The eastern wall's limestone, quarried from Judea's hills, bears battle scars, pilgrim inscriptions, and now perhaps Nostradamus' name. The coincidence of the gate's sealing during Nostradamus' lifetime, 1503-1566, adds intrigue. Could a contemporary inspired by his fame have carved his name? Or does the inscription predate or postdate this period, suggesting a deeper mystery? Archaeological studies, as reported by Haaretz on July 20, 2025, suggest the markings may be centuries old, possibly linked to Ottoman scholars familiar with Nostradamus' work, but definitive dating remains elusive. Jerusalem's role as a crossroads of civilizations, Persian, Hellenistic, Roman, Byzantine, Islamic, and modern, makes it a fitting stage for this discovery. The Temple Mount has been contested for millennia, revered as the site of Solomon's Temple, the Dome of the Rock, and Al-Aqsa Mosque. The Golden Gate's sealing was a pivotal moment, transforming it into a symbol of closure and mystery. The discovery of Nostradamus' name adds a new chapter to this saga, inviting us to explore the city's past and its prophetic resonance. The discovery's timing in July 2025 aligns with a world in turmoil, echoing Nostradamus' themes of upheaval. Recent events paint a picture of global unrest. Conflicts. The war in Ukraine escalates, with Russian advances reported by Reuters on July 10, 2025. In the Middle East, Israel faces heightened tensions with Palestinian factions and neighboring states, per BBC reports on July 12, 2025, with skirmishes near Gaza intensifying. Economic crises. Global markets grapple with inflation and supply chain disruptions, as noted by Bloomberg on July 15, 2025. Ascending order system. Economic crises continued. Supply chain disruptions and inflation spikes, with the IMF reporting a global inflation rate of 6.8% in June 2025, have strained economies, particularly in Europe and North America, leading to widespread protests over rising costs, as covered by The Guardian on July 8, 2025. Natural disasters. A 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck Indonesia on July 12, 2025, Al Jazeera, while record-breaking floods inundated Southeast Asia, CNN July 10, 2025, and wildfires ravaged California, NPR July 14, 20, fueling fears of a climate crisis. Geopolitical tensions. Iran's nuclear ambitions, highlighted by the New York Times on July 9, 2025, and failed Israel-Palestine peace talks, reported by Al Jazeera on July 11, 2025, have heightened Middle East tensions, with Jerusalem as a focal point. These events mirror Nostradamus' quatrains about fires from the sky and nations trembling, making the discovery feel prescient. Century 5, Quatrain 16, with its mention of a holy city and ancient stones, seems to align with Jerusalem's current role as a geopolitical flashpoint. Posts on X as of July 22, 2020 link the discovery to these crises, with users speculating it signals a turning point foretold by the seer. The discovery has sparked a global cultural phenomenon. Social media platforms like X are ablaze with images, videos, and theories with #Nostradamus, Jerusalem trending as users debate whether the markings are a prophetic sign or a natural quirk. News outlets: CNN July 17, 2025, The Times of Israel July 18, 2025, and BBC July 19, 2025, compare the find to historical mysteries like the Rosetta Stone or Göbekli Tepe. A documentary, The Seer's Stone Nostradamus in Jerusalem, is slated for release in late 2025, exploring the link between the markings and Nostradamus' prophecies. Novelists are weaving the discovery into apocalyptic thrillers, while musicians release tracks like The Seer's Mark, blending prophecy and mystery. Tourism in Jerusalem has surged, with visitors flocking to the Eastern Wall, boosting local economies but raising preservation concerns. Authorities have increased security, while archaeologists warn of potential damage. Scholarly debates rage with historian Dr. Sarah Levy-Haritz, July 20th, 2025, suggesting the markings could be 16th century, possibly carved by an Ottoman scholar familiar with Nostradamus. Geologist Dr. Amir Cohen argues natural erosion, but the debate only deepens the enigma. The discovery has inspired philosophical discussions. Some see it as a call to revisit Nostradamus's work, arguing his quatrains offer insights into navigating 2025's crises. Others view it as a reflection of humanity's need for meaning and chaos, akin to historical phenomena like the crying virgin statues. The markings have become a cultural touchstone, revealing as much about our collective psyche as about the stones themselves. The discovery invites speculation. For Nostradamus enthusiasts, it's a sign of an impending global shift, as predicted in Century 6, Quatrain 23's New Dawn. Some interpret it as a warning to address climate change conflict and inequality, while others see hope for renewal. Skeptics compare it to historical anomalies, cautioning against overinterpretation, yet acknowledge its cultural impact. The markings could spark new archaeological studies of the Temple Mount, uncovering hidden inscriptions or artifacts. They may revive interest in Nostradamus, leading to fresh translations and analyses, or inspire global dialogue about prophecy and history. The discovery's timing during a rare planetary conjunction in June 2025, noted by Astronomy magazine, adds a cosmic layer. Could Nostradamus, guided by the stars, have foreseen this moment? The ambiguity keeps the world guessing, making the discovery a catalyst for curiosity and exploration. What does this discovery mean? Nostradamus's quatrains urge vigilance, and the appearance of his name may be a call to study his prophecies and reflect on our world. The sealed Golden Gate symbolizes closure, yet the markings suggest an opening, a moment of revelation. Whether a cosmic sign or natural phenomenon, the discovery challenges us to question, explore, and prepare for the unknown. The name Nostradamus on Jerusalem's eastern wall is more than a curiosity. It's an enigma that bridges centuries, inviting us to ponder the interplay of history, prophecy, and destiny. Far from echoing the introduction's shock, this conclusion dwells on the unresolved mystery, a call to explore the unknown. Jerusalem, a city where empires have risen and fallen, now holds a new secret etched in stone. As scholars, dreamers, and skeptics seek answers, the discovery remains a beacon of curiosity, urging us to listen to the whispers of the past and embrace the mysteries of the future with open minds and fearless hearts.